Managers matter. Great managers get contribution from everyone on their team. On average, a great manager's team achieves a quota percentage of over 105%. People that work for those great managers perform at a higher level, they give more discretionary effort, they're happier, and they stay at the company longer because of those great managers. How, you may ask? Stick around. Today, I will introduce you to Situational Leadership II. Managers need a leadership foundation that helps them be agile, provide situational leadership, and empower their people to succeed. SL2 Situational Leadership II is that foundation. It's the most widely used leadership model in the world. It teaches leaders how to build meaningful connections with their coworkers and their direct reports that have an exponential impact. Why, you may ask, should we be using situational leadership? Should I use situational leadership? Numbers suggest that 54% of all leaders use one leadership style regardless of the situation. The same leadership style. This means that half the time we're doing it wrong. We're not giving the people the coaching and the leadership that they need at the right time. So why use situational leadership II? To unleash the full potential of your people. Here is the Situational Leadership II model. As you can see down below, you have 4 development levels, D1, D2, D3, and D4. And you have 4 coaching styles, 4 leadership styles up top. S1, Style 1, directing. S2, coaching. S3, supporting. And S4, delegating. Now, something very important about situational leadership. It's not something we do to people. It is something that we do with people. The model has 3 basic skills. Number 1, goal setting. Number 2, diagnosing. And number 3, matching. Goal setting is simply aligning on what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and when it needs to be done by. Diagnosing is collaboratively assessing a person's competence and their commitment on a particular task, goal, or activity. And matching is using a variety of leadership styles comfortably to provide the right coaching at the right time. All right, goal setting. Goal setting can be either a goal or an activity or a task. A goal with an outcome, activity, or a task. And it needs to be smart. Mainly something specific, something measurable, and something motivational to both parties. Diagnosing. You want to diagnose the development level of a person at a particular task or activity. It's also a combination of 2 factors. Number 1, competence, and number 2, commitment. Competence is understanding what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. They've either demonstrated they've done this task or activity successfully before, or they have transferable skills that would suggest they can do it successfully. The second component is commitment, motivation, and confidence. How bad do they want to do it? The 4 development levels are D1, low competence, high commitment. D2, low to some competence, low commitment. D3, moderate to high competence with variable commitment. And D4, high competence, high commitment. To help you understand the development levels, I'm going to talk you through a personal task and how I went from a D1 to probably a D3 now and hopefully on to a D4 very soon. And that should help you understand the development levels. And the task would be doing this, shooting a YouTube video and posting it online, right? When I started this about 6 months ago, I was certainly a D1. I was motivated, I was eager, I was ready to go. But I had 0 competence. I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So at that level, I was a D1. It took me about 6 days to shoot my first video, get the video into the editing software, edit it, and post it online. 6 days. So after I finished that first one and I finally got it online, I was immediately a D2, right? Had a little bit of competence, some, But I wasn't really fired up about doing the next one because I knew it was going to take me a long time. So low competence and low commitment, because I just wasn't really motivated to do another 6 days for video number 2. Well, fast forward about 6 months, I've gotten to a point where I can shoot a video, edit the video, and post the video in about 6 hours. So I'm almost there, but I'm not fully there. So right now, I'm in that D3 development zone when it comes to shooting a video and posting it online. And hopefully, in another couple of months and a few more videos, I'll have it down to a couple of hours and I'll be a D4. I'll be highly competent and highly committed. The last skill of situational leadership is matching. Simply matching your leadership style to the development level of the person at that particular task. Right, so S1, style 1 is directing. That's going to match development level 1. So someone that's a D1 at a task has low competence, high commitment. So our style 1 is going to be high direction and low support. The high direction matches their low competence, and the low support matches their high commitment. All right, style 2 is coaching. That coincides with development level 2. Someone at D2 has low competence and low commitment. So we're going to give them high direction and high support. And then style 3 is supporting, right? So they have some to moderate competence and they have variable commitment. So we're going to give them high support and low direction. And lastly, style 4, the easiest of the 4 styles probably, is delegating. So they have high competence and high commitment. We're going to give them low direction and low support. They don't need it. All right, here's a trick to remember the leadership styles. So if you look at this chart, on the right-hand side, style 1 and style 2, you as the leader, the coach, are going to be doing most of the talking. And S1, directing, I'll decide. S2, coaching, let's talk a little bit, but I'll decide. Now, when you look over to the left-hand side of the chart, S3 and S4, in that case, the person you're coaching is going to be doing most of the talking. And so in style 3, supporting, let's talk about it and you decide, right? I'm going to try to guide them to the right answer. And lastly, in style 4, delegating, it's simply you decide. That is it, folks. That is the skinny on Situational Leadership II. Now, I only have one best practice, and I highly encourage you to put this best practice into play. And that is use situational leadership once per week at a minimum. It is like learning a new language. Heck, it is a new language. If you're not speaking it every day, you forget it. It's simple, it's just not easy. So find a situation with a friend, family member, direct report, boss, whoever, that you can use situational leadership with that week. Now, here's what I do. I use the one-on-one situational leadership form, right? My team fills it out. They get to select what topic, what activity, what goal they want coaching on. They diagnose themselves as where they think they're at for a development level, and then they let me know what style of coaching they think they need. And so it just promotes a great quality conversation on Monday when we have our one-on-ones. We talk through the goal. We are aligned on the goal of the task. Are we talking about the same thing? And then we discuss the development level. They may think they're a D2. I may think they're a D3. So we have a conversation and we align on, okay, let's agree on D3. And then finally, I provide the coaching to them that they need based on their development level. And so that forces me to use situational leadership at least once a week. Now, if you can do that, then you will be a little bit better at situational leadership too.